Yeehaw! We're just plain living here.
Oh, we're a little late, aren't we?
No, we're not late.
Are we still on time?
We're on time. Shoot,
All
we're
right.
on time. They don't know when we do this.
Oh,
No,
okay.
their business.
Never mind.
We're not late. We're always on time.
We're always on time.
That Peggy Burton, she's been on time ever since I've ever known her. She is on the money, on the minute.
I've been told since I was a child that if you're on time, you're late.
That's it. Gotta be early.
So you gotta be early.
Yeah, you
Anyway,
can't be. I tell
wherever
these
you
kids
go.
this. I say, you go to work. What time you go to work? What time's the door open up? And the door opens up at 9. I said, what time you go to work? He said 9. I said, no, you ain't ready. When the door opens up, you need to be ready.
You need to be ready to
have
go.
your apron on or your whatever you're supposed to be doing
Are you still
already done, huh?
Are you still doing a lot of cooking?
No, I'm not cooking that much because I can't stand up that long. But I'm working on that with my back doctor, and we got a plan. We're gonna go and shock this and burn that and see if we can get my legs back to working. You know
I hope
what
so.
makes me mad?
I have no idea.
Go on your telephone, go on your internet, on your computer, and if you're on there more than 5 minutes, you'll get some kind of deal come up, either with a star, an actor, an athlete, a millionaire, a gazillionaire, telling you how if you've got neuropathy, you can go in your refrigerator and your cabinet at home and one of the things they'll tell you is honey.
I know.
And there's 2 other ingredients that's in your house.
But they don't tell you what it is.
And you mix them together and neuropathy will be gone in 3 days. All the big pharma doesn't want you to hear this. If you see it right now, you better listen now because it'll be gone by
It'll be
tomorrow.
gone, that's right.
Big pharma's pulling it off the
I
air.
believe that, excuse me, I believe that local honey is also very good for you.
Oh, local honey is good for you.
It's a lot better than sugar.
Something else. Well, honey is a preservative. I mean, they found honey
In the Egyptian tombs.
in tombs that 2,000 or 3,000 years old, and it's just as good as the day they put it in there.
Oh.
Nothing grows on honey.
I have honey at my house that before my father died, my son got the honey from the
Right.
beehives, and that was in 2007. And the honey is still great. And
Well,
that
sure.
honey before that, I mean, we never threw it away.
No, heavens no.
It's always good.
My granny, I used to have athlete's foot when I was in playing sports and feet stayed wet all the time and
Yeah.
sweating and everything. I'd get athlete's foot and I'd go see my grandmother up in Oak Ridge, and she'd say, "What's that on your feet?" "I don't know, Granny, it itches." "Well, it won't itch tomorrow." She'd put honey on my feet and put socks on them, and by the next morning, all that stuff would be dead, because nothing can grow on honey.
That's interesting. Now that I
Well,
didn't know.
if that is a fact, why can't we take honey and wrap a cancer cell with it?
Dr. John,
Wouldn't that, if nothing can grow
you would think
encapsulated in honey,
it looks
why
like that
can't
would
you
be a good
take a
idea.
cancer cell and wrap it with honey?
I don't know.
Or whatever the thing that makes honey.
Right.
You know, it just seemed like, because when the good Lord put us here, He put everything, He, she, whatever you want to call it, put everything we needed to be healthy and stay healthy right here on this earth with us. And we don't use that. Women and medicine people, remember the old Indians and the different ones had the medicine man or the medicine woman, and they'd always go to whenever something was wrong, and they'd go out and they'd get a root and they'd get a
Oh,
weed.
my family did that. My
And everybody,
grandparents
the
especially.
Indian women knew. My grandmother knew. She knew what to go out in the woods and come back with a root, and she'd get the bark of this and the skin of that. And
Did you drink
put
a
it
lot
in
of
water.
sassafras tea growing up?
Oh yeah, heavens yes.
My grandmother was big on that.
We don't do that. We depend on drugstores now,
Yeah, we do, and
and
that's,
they're getting rich off of us. But they're not. They're not.
I don't wanna knock the drugstores, cause sometimes I need,
They don't, you know, but-
sometimes I need what they have.
You know, but you know, they making a killing, a living off of us dying. They're keeping us dying as long as we can, as long as they can. Hey, speaking about dying, before you die, you got to have a little fun.
I hope. Yeah,
Always have
absolutely.
some fun.
Always have some fun.
What one of these things that's fun for some people, maybe not so much fun for the other, but it's coming up this weekend. That's Miss Tullahoma.
I know, all kinds of young'uns and,
Young women
All the
and
way up.
young women, because
I
we've
guess that's
got
all the way up to 18, isn't
yeah,
it?
you got Little Miss, Young Miss, Junior Miss, and Miss, or Misfit. I reckon there's any misfits in there.
And Miss-
Lovely young
and
ladies.
finally, Miss Tullahoma, correct?
Huh?
The
Miss Tullahoma, yeah,
yeah.
the senior Miss Tullahoma. It's a scholarship pageant now. It's at South Jackson Civic Center because South Jackson has taken over the ownership of Miss Tullahoma.
And Michaela
Gressel
Griswold puts it on.
puts it on, and so of course, they passed the deadline on that, but this is March the 7th, and the first contest will probably be around 2 o'clock, something like that.
It goes
It
on
goes
a long
all day
time.
long.
Yeah, it goes on a long time.
So go down and see these pretty little girls,
Dressed up in
and
their
these pretty, I
fine
guarantee
little
you there'll be a
dresses.
bunch of little boys down there with flowers in their hands, because
Oh,
the
sweet.
girlfriend's gonna be there.
Maybe, yeah.
And they'll have those flowers. And mamas, if their baby don't win, they're gonna be upset. It's somebody else's fault. Daddy's done paid $2,000 for a dress, anywhere from $800 to $2,000 for a dress.
I think that's crazy. I'm sorry.
It's crazy, but that's what they do. And Candy and I'll be there, and we won't be the MC host. I don't know who's gonna MC
But you're
this
MC in the
year.
TV part, correct?
But we will be filming it for television, and it will go on Channel 6 and Channel 15 and all over our networks. And if you want to be a sponsor, give me a call,
Oh.
581-5238.
And
So,
it's okay if you want to pay $800 for a dress.
sure it is.
If you got it,
Or, I tell you
Do
what
it.
else is okay too, is to go to a used dress store and find one, because I guarantee you, there's a bunch of dresses out there he's not been worn but one
but
time.
one time, yeah,
And there's a dress place somewhere.
I'm sure.
But
I'm
if
sure.
if you're doing that right now, you probably already bought a dress.
Oh, sure.
'Cause
And they're
that's
always
That's
beautiful.
this weekend, this Saturday.
I know. They're always, the dresses are always
When was
beautiful.
your birthday? Your birthday was
Oh
recently.
my gosh, I didn't want to talk about my
Huh?
birthday. I turned 200 years old on
When?
February 20th.
February 20th.
Yeah,
You know what?
one long ago.
You know what tomorrow is?
No.
My birthday.
All right, happy
March
birthday.
4th.
March 4th.
March 4th, 77 years old. And CJ, you still back there?
He's not interested in what you have
He's
to
not
say.
interested. I think Joe Henry's birthday was on March 4th as well.
My father's birthday was
31st.
Huh?
the 31st.
Yeah.
31st. Oh, that's Jacob. That's right. I knew it. That's my son's birthday. Jacob's birthday is on 31st. So I knew it was me or Jacob. One had a birthday with Joe.
My father was one of those people that was born on February 29th, one year when it came around.
So he was a leap year baby.
It was a leap year, and so we celebrated him on
So
The
how
March
old was he when
1st.
how old was he when he died?
almost 95.
95, divide that by 4.
Why?
Well, then he really wasn't but 75 years old.
Oh.
No, 25 years old. He'd have been 100, 25 years old, because he didn't have a birthday but once every 4 years.
Right, that's,
So he died at 25.
there you go. He was a wonderful man.
I know he was. I know he was. You know, I don't remember your dad as well as I wish I did.
He was a unique individual, and
Now remember your mom,
I learned many, many things from both of them. They were
country folk.
They were country people, but my mother especially was educated herself.
Right.
She knew more than I ever hoped to know. She talked to me and let me know what life was like, and taught me to reach for the top and not be satisfied till I
Got there.
And I'm not sure I ever got there.
And then you found Ralph, and you got to the top quick. Because Ralph, as far as I'm concerned, Ralph was on the top.
He was a unique individual.
He was a unique
also.
individual as well. And your son and your daughter have all, everybody got anything to do with this woman right here has been successful.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
well, you have.
It depends, different kinds of successes.
Sure. As long as you're happy.
Well,
that's finding success.
You can't be happy every day of your life.
No, but when you are happy,
work for it. You can try.
You can try. No, every day you got to figure out something else. That's just like this right here. Threes. They said they wanted me to write something with threes.
3 as in
threes,
a number?
The number 3. Wanted three verses. And in
wow.
the verse, have 3 in there somewhere. Of course, you know me. A 3-legged dog chased a short-tailed rat, but he got outrun by a one-eyed cat.
I like that.
And one eye's all you need to see, but the loss of a leg leaves you slow and fat. 3 can be 3 wise men, 3 blind mice. One of the 3 elven rings would be nice. You can take a walk after the 4th ball, but you always take a seat after the 3rd strike.
There you go.
Blood is life's fuel that runs through us all. If we walk, run, swim, float, fly, glide, slither, or crawl. And the pressure of that fluid is a risky dance. All the numbers in the verses above, just perchance, equal 27, a number that's prime. Multiplied times 3 equals 81, which is a decent heart rate for a guy like me. Numbers count.
Yes, they do.
So, numbers count.
That was good.
What else we got right here? Miss Tullahoma. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be at the Event Nook. This is Friday the 13th, and that is a week from this Friday. Comedy and open mic night at the Event Nook, and that is down Jackson Street. And if you're right across from Sonic, right in front of Kroger's, you're right across from Sonic. You look across the street, there's a chiropractor shop right there.
So it's in the chiropractor
It's
shop?
around the back of that building back there.
Okay.
And it's a big building back there.
I hope they have a good turnout.
And it's going to be comedy. It's an evening of stand-up stories and good vibes. Not too edgy, but not squeaky clean either.
Okay, good.
So, it's not going to be full of vulgarity or anything, but they might be some adult statements made.
Of course.
So, real people with real laughs and a good time. Expect a night of humor with a room for a little spice. Come out and listen. Come, comics relax, bring PG-13 joke and laugh with us. And that is 1940 North Jackson Street. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. $10 online, $12 at the door.
So are comedians coming in to do this, or are they letting anybody that wants to?
Anybody local.
I think it's good to let the people know that. If you got something in your head that's funny,
Yeah.
go share it with the world.
And it's first come, first serve.
Okay.
To sign up to be part of the open mic.
I think that's the coolest
Well,
idea.
yeah, and I've told this when he was on here. Rick Vela was on last week about it. When we tried to have comedy at the Legion, we just never could get anybody to come, and we had the same comedians that were at Zany's in Nashville, but people would drive up there to go see them there and not come because they're not used to it.
Right.
And I think it's wonderful. It's wonderful what South Jackson has done. South Jackson has gone way and above. It's the #1 small theater in the state last year. a lot of plays, a lot of music, a lot of stuff. Well, there's other things that go on, like comedy, and
Well,
we need to have
yeah.
other places in town where people can go and say, I need to rent this space, I need to have a party, I need to have a wedding, I need to do this.
Right.
And so this event,
you know, we have Henry Cho, and he totally sells out.
yeah, yeah.
He's amazing, and we have another one coming in. Oh gosh, his name is Knight. His last name is Knight. I can't think of his first name, but he's hysterical.
Yeah, so
He's-
comedy night at the event nook.
I'll think of it.
All right, we got March 20, we got Tullahoma City School Job Fair, and that is at East Middle School, and that's on Country Club Drive. Go there, find a job. And then we've got Piping on the Green, and that's April 11th at South Jackson, and we have a guest
And we have a
coming on here
guest
in just a
coming
little
on that
bit
puts that together.
that will help us understand what that's all about. And so right there what we do, and we have coming up, we're in the Easter season.
Oh my goodness.
Got
Bunnies.
bunnies, got eggs, and I told you last week about a little book I wrote called My Easter Omnibus, and it is 5 pieces, and I'm going to read one each week before
Okay.
Easter.
Is it time?
And
to-
this is called Of Burrow and Boughs. Lord Jesus journeyed toward Jerusalem. The time for his sacrifice had finally come. He humbly marched to no fanfare or drum. The burden he bore left his body numb. So weary from travel, he could hardly go. He sent to Bethpage for a young burro. Christ crawled on its back and slowly went on, and the word of his coming spread like the dawn. When he reached the city, a crowd lined the streets, waving palm branches, throwing boughs at his feet. They searched for a Messiah to save them from Rome, but he was the path to their heavenly home. Triumphant he entered as the animal trod. Triumphant he ascended to the right hand of God. Of burrow and boughs I spin this tale about a heavenly gift that followed a trail set forth by the Father, whose will would be done to secure our salvation through his only Son, who came to Jerusalem to make good God's vow, riding on a burro on a carpet of boughs.
That's beautiful, John.
So,
Well done. How did it get down to Easter and eggs? Does anybody know?
how the bunny showed up, I got
Yeah.
no idea.
We-
How we got from Easter being the crucifixion to Easter bunnies. I guess we need to figure that out.
need
We've
to
got
figure
another
that out.
couple. We've got about 3 weeks to figure that
Yeah,
out. We'll figure it
It
out.
is interesting how that came around. It's
Yeah, sure is.
sort of like Christmas and the birth of Christ. and all
Well,
that.
that and it seems like in a lot of times the reason for the season gets left behind by the commercialism of
Right.
what's being produced now.
And that's not to knock it.
No, I know.
It's
It's
important.
business. It's business.
It's important to have events that children love,
Sure.
and it goes along together with
You know,
it.
one
Who
thing
doesn't
I-
love a bunny?
You know, one thing I don't really understand,
What?
though, is you drive around town right now, and Halloween was a long time ago,
And you can
and
go-
there's still skeletons in people's
I
yards.
know.
I wonder what that means. You know, Julia? Maybe the birds picked them clean? Maybe so.
Maybe so.
All right, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with some interesting information for you. Don't go away.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna pick your soul.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
The Duck River isn't just beautiful, it's America's most biologically diverse river and a drinking water source for over 300,000 Tennesseans. Since 2021, volunteers have removed more than 12 tons of trash and 250 tires from our watershed. Now, we're coming together again for the Duck River Watershed Society's 5th annual spring cleanup, Saturday, March 7th, from noon until 3 at the Fire Lake Boat Launch in Manchester. Free to join, fun for everyone. Register now and help protect the Duck River.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a lot of conversation over the 2045 plan, 2040 plan, 20 whatever plan that got rejected, and then we put a group together to reevaluate all of those things, and all of that comes before the Planning Commission. And we just about got that thing ready to go, and as it came before the Planning Commission, there was the thing about the tree canopy and how it affects the heat index in town. And it was a wonderful thing to be brought into the 2045 plan, that we use this heat index in the planting of trees around town to where the canopy is proper to keep the heat down. So we wanted to bring that to you, because you might not have seen the Planning Commission, and I think it's important that you see this. And so here we go.
All right, we'll move on to item number 2, the modification from Alderman Byrd regarding the addition of a heat map with suggested areas of tree planting and associated description to the 2045 comprehensive plan. If the suggested modification is approved, then this change will be made to the 2045 plan prior to its second reading on Monday, February 23rd, 2026. And that's attached in your packet. If you want to take a second to look at that.
Is now the time
Do
to discuss.
do you have any staff comment? I mean, you kind of already talked about it, but.
Yeah, this item, the 2045 comprehensive plan, went before the board of mayor and aldermen at the February 9th mayor and alderman meeting. It had its first reading where it was approved on its first reading. However, commissioners mentioned that they had some comments they would like to have addressed. This document is under the purview of the Planning Commission, so those changes are recommendations, and it is up to the Planning Commission to either honor those recommendations and include those changes, or to deny those recommendations and not include those changes. The recommendation that we got was from Alderman Byrd and the Tree Board to include the heat map that was done, which suggests areas where tree planting and shade trees are needed. In reviewing this map, I feel like it is an important inclusion. It would be, in my opinion, wasteful to not include the extensive research that was done and the work done at the Tree Board and the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. That map is important to include as we are looking in areas to either utilize our tree fund or start planting initiatives. And I think this map would be an important inclusion in our comprehensive plan.
I make a couple comments about it.
Can we go ahead and get a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry.
prior to discussion?
I'll make a motion to improve insertion of this information into the comprehensive plan.
You have a second?
Yeah.
Second from Shinobia.
I can't remember the exact detail, but this is a year or so ago. I can't remember if it was Ralph Graham or Lyle or both of them together, but became aware that UTC had this program of geospatial data and just reached out to them and said, because apparently they were doing tree studies all over the country in different communities, but they had a fixed amount of research dollars for that. And we reached out to them and they said, we'd be glad to do that for Tullahoma. So we got the benefit of being included in a research project for basically no funds, no money at all. And so now we have this nice data on what the tree population looks like through this geothermal map, which I think is pretty cool. So that's kind of the background of it. Kind of like a grant and data.
Yeah.
I had one question as far as like I have no issue putting it in. The only question I had is like as far as like formatting or like, is it like all 7 slides or is it specific or?
In the comment that I received, it specifically requested the heat risk index map, as well as a brief description of said map.
Okay.
So we would not be including the entire attachment.
So that'd basically be this last
correct.
map here. Yeah.
The second to last page there, that has the heat risk index map. I included the rest of the information because it's pertinent to understanding what the map represents. But the addition to the comprehensive plan would be the heat risk index map, as well as a brief description of the map.
And like what it and like what it, because I know like I don't have it in front of me, but I know that there's like in different parts of the comprehensive plan, it like might reference the transportation plan or etc. Would this, like in that little blurb, would it like reference the, well, whatever the title's called, wherever it's at, like the Tullahoma Community Health Risk Assessment, or would it just, I didn't know if this was something published on the website or not.
Yeah, so it would probably, most likely, when this would be included, it would reference the Tullahoma Community Heat Risk Assessment.
Okay.
I can speak with Lyle and see if that assessment is available on our website. I certainly think that if we are going to include this in the comprehensive plan and reference the assessment will need to be publicly accessible. I can check with Lyle to make sure that it is. But as far as its inclusion in the comprehensive plan, it would be the map and a brief description, and this would go into the section that talks about tree plantings and tree preservation and shade trees and areas for plantings of those trees and in public areas. That's where this would be appended onto and would be included in that section to provide a more empirical information and map on where those trees are needed.
Okay. Gotcha. Any other comments? Yeah, I see no reason not to add this in here. I think it'll be a benefit to the plan. And this was the only suggestion that you got?
Correct.
Okay. All right. No other comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Ready for Piping on the Green, and I'm so delighted to have with me Craig Watson, who is chairman of this event.
Indeed.
And it's your first year?
My first year being chairman. It's like my third year working with piping.
Right.
But yes, first year being chairman of the
It was
Piping on the
great
Green.
watching it grow because it's been a wonderful event, and obviously people love it, or it wouldn't have gotten so big. We had to do it at South Jackson Performing
Indeed.
Arts Center.
And I'm glad you said that. It's kind of like the Celtic Tree of Life. You know, we set our roots deep into the Celtic Cup, and the Highland Rim Scottish Society, who puts on the Piping on the Green, it is crucial that the Celtic Cup is part of Piping on the Green. That has always been what we said when we moved to South Jackson.
Right.
So our roots are there, and Celtic Cup is a Laird sponsor of the Piping on the Green. You know, they're essentially landowners when it comes to Piping on the Green, and you know they're going to be the reason we have our Highland Games for the first time ever. You know?
That's what excited me was the Highland Games, and I'm not sure everybody knows what the Highland Games are.
So the
Can you
Highland
tell us
Games are these Scottish feats of strength. It's a sport. These athletes, we have 40 athletes coming to participate, and these athletes are actually being judged and graded throughout the season. Piping on the Green is in such a great situation to be a Highland Games because we're one of the first in the season. This is the first chance that they get to do points. You're taking these real big logs in the caber toss. They're tapered logs that are tall like telephone poles, and they have to flip them.
And they have to flip them.
They have to flip them. They do a hammer throw, a stone throw. They do this thing where they get a pitchfork into a burlap bag, and they got to throw it over this like field goal looking thing that raises higher and higher. So all kinds of
You say
events.
are all the participants coming to
South Jackson Performing Arts Center?
Can other people join in, or that we stick to just those people that have been doing it?
Every athlete's put into a class, right? And this is a judged event. So we are working with Jason Smith, our games coordinator, our games director, to like provide some of those services where you can you get to get into the games and
Yeah.
whatnot, and you learn a little bit of this, and there'll be opportunities to talk to the athletes and see how they got into it, so you can get further in.
Well, number one,
as
you got to
well.
be a strong person.
You got to be strong, yes. You got to be strong, but training can get anyone to that level. You just got to train
Right.
hard enough. But no, we are grateful. Jason Smith has been a awesome partner in bringing the Highland Games here to Tullahoma. South Jackson being a gracious host to us, making sure that we have the ability and space to
Right.
throw these games. We are incredibly thankful to them. Let's see. The Celtic Cup is also sponsoring the Armored Combat that is happening. That's people getting in actual suits of armor and hitting each other with swords.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it'll be a cage area
That's
where
gonna
you
be
can watch.
exciting.
It
So
is.
should people come and bring their chairs and?
Indeed. Please bring chairs. This is one of those events. It's a free event. You go up in here and you bring your lawn chair and you sit. You listen to your music. We're gonna have Jenny and the Weasels.
Oh, that's gonna be
headlining
great.
for us. Secret Commonwealth's gonna be back. Dune the Bray's gonna be there. Chris Colt. And we're also going to have a Celtic trad session where all these artists kind of get together and just jam
I
to
love it.
traditional Celtic music.
That'll be fun.
So that will be happening if you're a music fan. A lot of that's being brought to you by the Citizen Tri-County Bank. They're a sponsor of us. There's also going to be a Highland Coup there that people can go pet, and that's going to be brought to by.
Oh, a Highland Zoo for the children.
Yeah,
or,
no,
or
Todd-
adults, for anybody. We all love animals.
For sure, Todd and Pest Control. They made sure that we bring the Highland Coup back. They were there last year.
Yeah.
Crazy W Farms is bringing our Highland Coup. Harry.
Yeah.
Harry is the name of the Highland Coup. He's going to be there
That's
for
wonderful.
everyone to see. Right next to the kids area, we'll have the Bounce House back. Renewal by Anderson has sponsored that, and making sure that we have this. We're going to have a scavenger hunt too for the kids, where
that'll
you
be
go
fun.
around and you find the.
And you get a prize, I think.
You get a prize at the
Yeah.
end, indeed.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that have. You have arts and crafts, I believe.
The craft vendors will be there. They are a staple part of our Piping on the Green Festival
Yes.
and Games. They're going to be right there in front. We have over 30 this year and counting.
April 11th, South Jackson Performing Arts Center in Tullahoma, Tennessee, and it's I don't know the exact address, but it's right on the main street. It's on North Jackson Street. Don't miss it.
404 South Jackson Street. Over there at the South Jackson Performing Arts Center, we're going to open the gates at 8 o'clock, and our opening ceremonies will be at 9.
I'm sorry, I said North Jackson, and it
All
is
good.
South Jackson. As soon as because I've said that so many times, I can't believe I forgot it. I love the poster, and I have seen those Stonehenge.
Yeah.
I've been there, and Scotland's one of the most beautiful countries I've ever seen. You feel like you're breathing fresh, clean air.
Indeed.
And it opens at what time?
So the gates open at 8 o'clock, and then we all have our opening ceremonies at 9. Then around 10, 11 o'clock, we're going to have a parade of tartans
Oh, that'll be fun.
over to the backstage, and then Father Murphy from St. Barnabas will do a kirking of the tartans.
Awesome.
So we'll be blessing some tartans over there. So we'll have some very traditional ceremonies that you see at a lot of different Highland Games and festivals. We also are going to make sure that we're able to share this with the entire community. We're going to be a free event, which you do not see.
I know. That's
a
what, it doesn't mean you shouldn't bring a little money with you, because you'll probably have food trucks or.
Yeah, you'll have food trucks. Also, way to support, make sure that we get to stay and be free the whole time, is pay the piper. You can do that online. You can do that at the event. That's just a simple donation. Essentially, if you plan on coming to this event, then look at paying the piper as paying your own price for your own ticket, in a
Right.
way. And that's going to help us keep
Keep
this
moving
going,
and
keep
keep
this
doing
open
this.
and free, make sure that we're able to follow our mission, preserving Scottish culture, celebrating it, doing it in the best way we can. And we're gonna lean on Tullahoma to keep making this event bigger and bigger.
I don't think there's going to be any problem. We have very generous people in Tullahoma.
Indeed.
And
Indeed
our
we do.
sponsors are always stepping up, and they want culture too. And that's what brings people to our town, is things like Piping on the Green and things that we do at the Performing Arts Center. There's a lot that goes on in this town that make it a nice place to live. Have you lived here? No, you live in Swanee.
I live in Swanee. I lived in Tullahoma when I was going to Motlow.
Yeah.
I went to Motlow, graduated from over there. Before I went to MTSU, moved to Murfreesboro. Now I live back in Swanee. The thing that's got me over here is the Highland Rim Scottish Society, and of course, being the chairman for Piping on the Green. Another thing that keeps me over here is Clandrim, who will also be featured at Piping on the Green.
Clandrim.
Clandrim.
Explain to the people about the clan.
So Clandrim is a whiskey society that is inside of Highland Rim Scottish Society, which is a non-profit, and we go around and educate about different distilleries in Scotland and how these distilleries and whiskey itself has these connections that are tied to Ireland and Scotland. And every whiskey kind of has a story that you can kind of bring in the culture and whatnot.
That's interesting.
But whiskey itself, it's celebration. It's you know, you have a toast when someone gets married, and you have a toast when someone's passed away. You know, it's something that's crucial in history and parts of people's lives. And we wanted to share that, and we go from an appreciation standpoint. And this year at Piping on the Green, we've partnered with Impex Beverages and Liquor Locker to provide some premier samples. And Jared Card will be doing a master class tasting with Clandrim that you can sign up for today on our website, hrssTN.org. On the Piping on the Green page, you can sign up for 11:30, 1 o'clock, and 3:30.
And you get to taste all these different samples.
Indeed, you get to choose when you want to start the drinking. The samples, so the samples are going to range from the portfolio that Impex have, which is very impressive. You have a 50-year master distiller that owns Glenallachie over there, Billy Walker, and then you also have Wolfburn, McLean, Kilchoman, and we have a bonus bottle that we haven't been told about by them. So they're going to bring something special for us. Also, you know, while I still have some time, I wanted to talk. You know, thanks all the people that support us. Thanks to the community. I think I've reached a lot of the people that has been a big part of this. Clan Donald. Thanks, Clan Donald, for bringing the clans to Piping on the Green.
Do you know how many clans
we have
there?
19 currently.
Wow.
19 and counting.
That's a lot.
So we're hoping to bring even more there. They're going to be surrounding the games. Also, we've already started partnership with Greg Ressel in South Jackson for next year.
Good.
April 10th and 11th. I said 10th and
2
11th.
2 days next year.
2-day festival, right? That's what we're looking into bringing to.
That's
and
wonderful.
we're hoping that the Piping on the Green is not just one place, right? It's not just the Celtic Cup. It's not just South Jackson. The Piping on the Green turns into Tullahoma.
Yeah.
We're going to have a pre-party over at Old Shed. We're going to have a post-party over at Bloke's. We're going to, you know, do Kaylee's at the Celtic Cup, do a Celtic takeover over at Common John's, you know. We'll be doing all these things, and we're hoping to bring, you know, the Arts Center next door.
Oh, yeah.
The Fine Arts Center next door will be open. We're hoping to do a Celtic presentation over there. We're hoping when the Piping on the Green comes to Tullahoma, it takes over Tullahoma.
And I think it will. I think it will. If the rest of the workers have your exuberance and your desire to make it great and greater every year, I think there's no doubt that it will become the best thing in the South. Everybody will be rushing to Tullahoma in April.
That's what we're looking forward to.
I believe they will.
The Nashville Pipe Band has provided the pipers for this year as well.
How many?
Yes.
That's a big group.
6, so they're providing 6
At
pipers.
least 6.
It's essentially going to be their dry run.
That's awesome.
And you know, that's our big vision, is that Piping on the Green becomes the destination for pipers.
And I think it will, because not everybody calls on a piper. You know, they're looking for places to go, like any other group that works and puts together things. They want to have a place to perform.
Indeed.
And wonderful that they're coming to Tullahoma. People that don't know where South Jackson Street is, it's in Tullahoma, Tennessee, and you can't miss it because it's on the main drag when you first come into town. And I think that April 11th is going to be very exciting, and I think it's exciting to think about 2 days next year.
Indeed.
There's going to bring a lot of people in to go in our hotels and
oh yeah, if you haven't sponsored us, start talking to us.
Yeah.
You know, the 23rd of March is the last time we're taking sponsorship for this year, and then we'll be wide open for next year after that.
Yeah. And if you want to be involved, now's the time to get involved for
Indeed.
the next year. You can't wait till one
That's
week
right.
before.
That's right.
This takes a lot of planning. Craig, you're amazing.
Appreciate you, Peggy.
I'm so excited that you were able to come today, and I just know it's going to be a great success. So
Thank you.
be sure and remember, you don't have to have a ticket. Just come and enjoy. We'll be back with other things. Thank you. You were fabulous.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong. Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Hey Tennessee, Ross Chastain here, the guy who likes to smash watermelons on the front stretch at Nashville Super Speedway. But you know what I'd never smash? Safety rules. Racing's all about control, and the same goes for life on the road. So use your melon and don't mix drinking and driving. It's like trying to race with a busted engine. Be a pit crew hero, and if you've had a few, pass the keys to a sober friend, because we're all racing toward a safer Tennessee, and we want you there at the finish line.
We're going to do a complete chair exercise routine, and the strength portion of this routine is going to focus on the lower body. And we're going to do a less difficult and a more difficult version of 3 different exercises in the strength routine. I'll do 6 sets basically of each. Okay, so let's start with warm-up. Let's start moving your body. Move those feet up and down, up and down, up and down. Come on, get it moving, get it moving. Now start pumping the arms. What we want to do is we're increasing our blood flow throughout our system. And so now a side tap, side tap, side tap, side tap. Put your arms straight out and start going forward, a few times and circle them backward, back a few times. Okay, now, let's go back and sit in our chair. And that was the warm up. Now, let's go on to the breathing portion of the exercise. Get oxygen going throughout our system. So sit, good posture, your hands on your knees. I want you to blow out all the carbon dioxide. And then take a huge breath in. We're going to hold it up here for 5 seconds. So let's begin. Blow it all out. If you get dizzy, by the way, stop immediately. Huge breath in. All right, blow it all out. Now back up. Huge breath, breathe it in your core. Oh, yeah, one more. All right, and breathe out all of that carbon dioxide. Okay, now let's sit up straight in our chair. We're going to go to the strength portion of the exercise. So, sit back in your chair, good posture, and I want you to just pick up one foot and out and back and down. Out, back and down. So let's start. We're going to do 6 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be a total of 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your toes relaxed. 11 and 12. Now, a similar version, or a more difficult version of the same routine is pick up both feet and out and hold it out here for 3 seconds. So, up and out and hold it out here 3 seconds. We're going to do 6. That's 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3. And back. And 4. Back and 5. Excuse me. 2, 3. All right, and back. Now, the next is a simple march. So the less difficult version is just pick your feet up and down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now, the more difficult version is I want you to have your palms out over your knees and pick one knee up and touch, and we're going to hold it up there for 3 seconds, okay? So 1 up, and down, up, and down, up. That's 2, and up. Here's the third one. And another. And 1 more. No, actually 2 more. And the last one. Very good, very good. Now, the third strength exercise that we're going to do, we'll call a chair push-up. So I want you to grab the bottom of your chair or the hands if you're setting your chair for arms, and I want you to just push your body slightly up off the seat. So let's do that 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, the more difficult version is to set good posture, feet about shoulder width apart. I want you to stand and come back down and hover for about 3 seconds. And back up and down and hover for 3 seconds. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Excellent. Now, let's go on to the balance portion of the routine. In the balance portion, I want you to stand beside your chair for stability, pick up 1 foot, and focus on something in front of you, and hold that for 3 seconds on each side. So the first movement, up, and down, other side, up, and down the other side. And we're going to do 1 more. And the other side. All right, good. Now, the last thing we're going to do is range of motion, which is vitally important. to your overall fitness. Okay, so we're going to put one foot out, toes in the air, and hinge down, stretch that big muscle running along the side, back of your leg, other side. And then I want you to put your arms out, sweep one across the front of your chest and open that big muscle on your back. Just pull it, yeah. And then both arms up over your head, one down behind your back, and the other side from your elbow to your waist, big stretch. And then open your chest up as wide as you can. Now turn to the side of your chair and face the back. Stretch those two big muscles running alongside your spine, other side. Excellent, excellent. Now, let's go up to our neck. Let's put two fingers on our chin and push it gently over, till we're looking over our opposite shoulder. Now the other side. Now, put your hand on the opposite side of your head, pull it down, your ear down toward your shoulder, and the same on the other side. Put your hand on the opposite side of your head, and pull your head back diagonally, and the same on the other side. Now, put your hand on the back side of your head, and pull it down diagonally, so you're looking into your pocket, the other side. Now, let's interlace our fingers, put them on the forehead, and pull your head back, and look up, and then behind your head, and pull down, and look down. And let's end with a few deep breaths. So, okay, run your hands down your leg and breathe out and back up, and we're not going to pause on this one. So, and one more. And together, and down your heart, and I thank you so very much and look forward to seeing you again.
South Jackson Street Band is Middle Tennessee's premier big band. Visit our website, sjsband.com.
This has been a Ron Hackett Music video production.
HostMy provides modern phone systems with mobile integration, HIPAA-ready business texting, and digital faxing solutions. More importantly, we offer dedicated U.S.-based support, transparent billing, and unparalleled reliability. Call 931-581-4411 today and partner with the best.
Hi, my name is Ringo. Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches, mate? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong. Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again, then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Rickman.
And this is Pat Welch, and John, we're here for segment 85.
Oh, me.
Of the Conversations with John and Pat.
Gonna do this song, an old timer. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Study war no more. Ain't gonna 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 study war no more. I'm gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside. Ain't gonna study war no more. 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 Ain't gonna study war no more.
All right, John. Who wrote that and when?
I can't remember, Pat. I didn't look it up. I know that there were various folk personalities and country stars who wrote that. I think it was a Negro spiritual, but don't know all the ins and outs.
The long white robe by the riverside and a anticipation for baptism.
Gonna lay down my burden. I think it maybe has to do with afterlife.
Okay.
It's there for a person to interpret the way they want to interpret.
The river and crossing over, we referred to Stonewall Jackson's quote right before he passed away about he was going to cross the river and rest in the shade of the trees on the other side. So that.
Pat, I don't want to make much of this, but we discussed something not long ago about me being older, and you may be speaking at my funeral services.
Well, I was really wanting to carry you.
Well,
there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of years are going to go by.
I've started thinking about that. I've started thinking, here you are. You've been inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame. You've been acknowledged by the city as one of the leaders and civic-minded person, which you are. And then the school board has the most valuable players, and you are that in the state, and that's highly. But I just wonder if these acknowledgments and all aren't being made because they know something, the doctors have told them something that maybe the community here in Tullahoma doesn't know.
John, I have told you before on that line of thinking that I asked my wife, was the results of my last physical so bad that everybody in town knows I'm dying and except me?
Well, let's get on to our topic.
Yeah, please do, away from me and on topic.
My wife and my son Mark and I went to the Berlin store not long ago. Put up a picture of the Berlin store. The Berlin store is outside of Lewisburg on the highway, I think it's 431, going past the airport, and it was advertised, or they wrote an article about it in the Rural Electric magazine. I think DRVC put it out. But the Berlin store was a nice place to go to. It was a neat little restaurant inside there, seats about 40 folks. And they have cakes and pies and all this sort of thing, but they have meats and threes on the weekdays as well. It's just a wonderful place to go. Bought some molasses there that I don't normally see.
John, I love the pronunciation in that area of Berlin being Berlin.
It's spelled Berlin, but nobody wants to have anything to do with Germany. All they want to do is say it the way they want to say it, Berlin.
Well, we've got several places in the state that we just refuse to pronounce them like somebody else would. Normandy is one of them instead of Normandy. Lafayette, Tennessee instead of Lafayette.
Yeah.
And if you ask the people why, it's kind of like, we'll pronounce it like we want, and you pronounce it how you want.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Now, this little store, right across the road from it, and I would encourage others that like to take a little day trip somewhere to go here. It was a good place to eat. Then right across the road from it was a little park area. And show that next one, Philip, if you will. There's Berlin Springs right there. And that's a cave that has fresh, clean, cool water coming out of it. And that's...
John, you said it's outside of Marshall. Is that going to be in Maury then?
It's actually, that's the way Murray is the way I pronounce it, but I'm not going to tell you how to say it, Pat. You say Maury, that's all right.
Is that not the local pronunciation of it there?
Murray.
Wow.
Murray is the way most of the locals say it.
That shows definitely I'm an outsider.
Go to the next picture, Philip. And there is a plaque that stands to the left of that cave. It's on a tree, and next to this tree is a rock, and I didn't make a picture of that rock, but it's about 42 inches in a circle, kind of. And these various people have spoken on that rock at political gatherings down there. And that place, we saw a picture not too long ago, you showed, and it used to be a thriving community there at Berlin. But now it's, it rolls up its doors about 2:30 when the restaurant closes, I guess.
That's about time me and you go to bed.
But James K. Polk and Andrew Johnson, both presidents of the United States, spoke at that place, and their names are down there, and they're U.S. senators, congressmen, governors, so forth and so on, all down through there have spoken. And
is that in the write-up in the magazine, John? Or are you this much of a historian all of a sudden?
No, I read the article, but it's been a while. And you know, you and I come to this very ill-prepared, so we're not going to get into semantics.
No.
Let's go to
we've acknowledged that we're better when we're ill-prepared.
And this is a beautiful little spring. That cave runs, makes a little creek, you know, and go. They've got a beautiful. The next one, Philip, a big pavilion, and picnic tables. People eat, buy the lunch over at the store and walk across the road and have a lunch there. But it is a wonderful place. I'd say they'd have a good breakfast too. Now, you go around there and you don't really find much in the way of, there are not anything else going on much. I'll tell you one thing that I heard. There was two older gentlemen, older than myself, I think. And they were talking to each other, and then a couple of girls that came in like you'd see from farmers.com. You know, they would have, and they would have qualified for that, in my opinion, you know. And they sat down with these older guys, and they were talking, and one of the older guys said,
"Just thrilled them."
You know what kind of lights they had on Noah's Ark? Floodlights. I thought that was cute. I wanted to remember that and bring it and say that.
That is good.
Go to the next picture, Philip. Now this is similar to how a country store acted years ago inside the store. Guys in the wintertime gathered around a pot-bellied stove, maybe some of them whittling or whatever, and they'd buy a little bit of crackers and cheese.
It's not too far from what old post offices used to be like.
Yeah.
And front in the spring and winter and summer.
This is not Berlin. This is Midland, up here between Murfreesboro and Shelbyville, right? Midland, somewhere midway. I might have the wrong place. This is Midland, so it's I pulled this picture out because I saw it not long ago, and I thought it fit with this, because in Chapel Hill years ago there were several stores, but 4 in the middle of town were Lane's, Glasscock's, Roselle's, and I can't remember the other one, but Spencer's. They all were in the middle of Chapel Hill there, and they competed. Then later on, Kroger would come in, Walmart, whatever, and then these little businesses wouldn't do very good. But people would have expense accounts. They would, the stores kept little running accounts of the groceries that you bought.
Right.
I was going to bring up one thing. When I first came to Tullahoma, there was a grocery store. It was a bigger store, but it's where.
When would that been, John? You came
69,
in
70.
Okay.
And Robert Farrell worked as a bag boy at this store. Everybody knows Robert Farrell. He works over at Kilgore's, sold insurance many years.
For a long time.
Robert was the most pleasant, just talk. You know, Robert can talk. A
little.
Oh, just a little bit. And he's the most wonderful guy. And so he...
Has he heard the floodlight story? Because he liked that one.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
But he's got 2 young men who've done quite well, two sons have done quite well. But I remember Robert years ago at the store, and I know him today, and I just think how wonderful of a guy he is. But that's the way people should be treated in communities on a level like that, a friendship. And so we think about the Berlin store, and if you want to go over there that way sometime, I think it'd be worth a trip over there. If you want sort of a casual, just a good driving day, and have a good meal and see a few sights around the store.
Another place for us to hit when we go to next trek over to your grounds. John, I believe that just about got us on segment 85.
I sure appreciate everyone listening to us.
And it was a fine one, but we've got plenty more to come, as long as management will allow us. Thank y'all.
Talking history about the Sandman.
Strength
It's
Swacer.
Conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Back in, Peggy, a couple of weeks ago, we had a Hall of Fame induction of the new people. And what we're going to do right now is bring you Mr. Maurice Shaw, one of the new inductees.
Our next inductee is the greatest running back in Tullahoma history. And his statistics place him among the best all time in state history. I was fortunate to call 2 of his 3 seasons, and I've never seen a running back with a combination of speed and power in high school, before or since, ever. If you want to know what it was like watching him run, just go back and watch Derrick Henry highlights for the last 10 years. That's what he ran like. He also played baseball and basketball for THS. In fact, I found this so unique. He and Gary Barfield started together in the backcourt in basketball, the infield in baseball, and the backfield in football. Now, I wonder if there is another pair of Wildcats in the last 50 years that can claim that distinction. I don't think so. I don't remember. Usually 3 sport athletes, it's track and field and 2 others. Maurice and Gary played the 3 major sports, we call them, and all district in all 3 of them, and played together. And then both stayed here to coach, to parallel lives. His records recently, finally, showed up in the TSSAA record book. You can find them at TSSAA.org. All-purpose yards for a career, Maurice is 7th in the state of Tennessee. We're talking 104 years of high school football, hundreds of teams every year, thousands of games every year. He is 10th all-time in all-purpose yards for a season, 2,522. He is 4th in rushing attempts for a season, 347. 347 times Mo carried the football in 1987. Only 3 other people in the history of the state of Tennessee have carried it more. He's tied for 4th in consecutive 100-yard rushing games with 18 in a row, halfway through his junior year, all of his senior year. He is 8th in most rushing attempts in a game, 46. Anybody know who that was against? Lebanon, 87 playoffs. He played 36 games and gained over 100 yards in 27 of them. He scored touchdowns and 2-point conversions, running, passing, receiving, returning, and he even kicked an extra point. 1987, he was All-State, Mid-State Player of the Year, led the baseball team with a .388 average and stolen bases. He was the Bob Hammers Award Male Athlete of the Year in 1988. Folks, I've seen 41 years of Tullahoma High School football, and I know there were great players before I ever saw any. But this man is the GOAT of Tullahoma High School football, Mr. Maurice Shaw.
Well, it's nice to hear good things about you. Makes you feel kind of old, but there were some fun times. Appreciate everybody being here. It's good to be thought of in good ways so my kids can see it. They hear you people talk about you and different things, and they get to see it and hear it for themselves, and I'm glad that they're here. I'd like to thank the Tullahoma Sports Council for the honor. Put in some work to be where I'm at. Still trying to put some more work in with this high school football team. We got a ways to go. We need to get back to like we were in 2021. I'd like to thank my family and friends. Y'all have always been there, especially my family. I got a large family, but they're always there for you, you know. They still make it to all the ball games that the kids are coming up for, that are younger than me. They make me feel old, I'm telling you, but they're coming. But the high school's gonna be proud of them. Hopefully they do the right things on and off the field. That's the main important thing to me. I'd like to thank everybody that's been a part of my life. Coach Winningham, Coach all of them give me an opportunity to come back and coach. I just want to give my knowledge a little bit to some of these kids and make sure they go on and do the right things on and off the field. Football is a tough sport. Athletics is tough. You got to set yourself apart from going out and hanging out and sacrificing things. And that's the best thing about it. And once you sacrifice and put in the time, it pays off. Proud of some of my friends that have gone on to do wonderful things, and some that have already been inducted into this Hall of Fame. We just congratulate them as well. I appreciate, once again, like I said, my friends and family. They're there for me to this day. Gary talks about, you know, us being around each other a long time. We've been around each other a long time. But that's good, though. That's good. Means we know each other well. Mr. Barfield and his family, they've been around them as well. They've invited me in their homes a lot of times and a lot of nights. We were up making noise. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Once again, I'd just like to say thank you to friends and family and all that have been a part of this. Wish some family members could be here, but they've gone on to a bigger, better place. And then my brother's not here. I was hoping he would be here. Hopefully he'll become one of these inductees soon as well. He was the one person that I wanted to be proud of. Wanted him to be proud of me because he was the one who started it all. My sister, my oldest sister, my younger sister, you know, we're a tight group. My dad's not here, but he's here in spirit. I know he'd like to be here so he can smile and laugh a little bit, but that's all right. He's probably sitting at home and waiting on a phone call or something. But once again, I'd like to say thank you, and hopefully we can continue good things for y'all to be to cheer on Friday nights and football games. So once again, thank you.
You know, it's the Sports Council does a great job in putting that on and
That's
recognizing.
a wonderful thing.
You know, Milner Carden, my coach in junior high, was one that was brought in this year. Real proud of that, and real proud of the fact that we knew that in time to let Miss Martha know before she passed away, and while she still was could understand what it meant.
Yeah.
So appreciate that. You know, speaking about sports, I just can't help but tell you how proud we are of the new show that we have on the air here in conjunction with LightTube, the Mick and Mac Show, which is a sports show we do every week with two of the greatest guys around, Mick Sharan and Cody McMurtry. And our great sponsors that help bring that on, and Chris back here in the back putting it together. And this week we're going to do it from the Tullahoma High School gym because the boys and girls both play tomorrow. The girls play tomorrow night. So we got basketball being played on the way to the state tournament. So Mick and Mac will be
That's
all
wonderful.
over that, but they're all over everything else: track, baseball, tennis, golf, archery, swimming. You know, we don't have swimming. I don't know whether we have swimming. If we got it, they own it. So we want to thank you for watching the Mick and Mac Show. And with that said, we're ready to get out of here, Peg. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to see you in here, and we'll see you next time.
All right, we did it again.